A mystery on Pine Barren Road. Tonight on our news, a man found dead in a truck, but police say the injuries tell a different story. More from the investigation straight ahead. But first, a 15-year-old now at the center of a murder case. The teen in handcuffs and his classmate dead. We've got the latest from Magistrates Court. And the holiday buzz is back on Bay Street, and one business is leading the cheer. From sweet treats to festive beats, Christmas in Pompeii is back. Then in our news at 7:30, with election season heating up, OPM sending a loud message about how far is too far online. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. A 15-year-old boy is facing a murder charge after making his first appearance in the magistrate's court in connection with the death of Javon DeVoe. The teen, who cannot be identified because of his age, appeared before senior magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. and was not required to enter a plea. Bail was denied and the matter has been adjourned to April 7th, when he's expected to receive a voluntary bill of indictment, a move that will fast-track the case to the Supreme Court. DeVoe, the victim, who's also 15, was found dead with head injuries on a track road off Gladstone Road. And a Supreme Court judge has blamed prosecutorial complacency for the collapse of a double murder trial. Justice Dale Fitzpatrick ordered jurors to acquit Lloyd Minnis and Perry Pickering, accused in the 2017 murders of 8-year-old Eugene Woodside Jr. and 23-year-old Dennis Moss. The judge said prosecutors missed 3 court-imposed deadlines without explanation to apply for their own witness to testify anonymously. After the deadlines passed, the court ordered the witness to testify openly, an order that was not appealed. Now, when the trial began, prosecutors presented an unfiled application which was refused. Justice Fitzpatrick said the failures point to a culture of complacency. And police are investigating the death of a 46-year-old man found inside a red Chevy truck off Pine Barren Road Tuesday night. Officers say they were called just after 10 o'clock following a report of a vehicle that hit a wall. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. The incident has left that quiet community shocked. Residents there, too afraid to go on camera, say the man was not from the area. Police say it is unclear whether the crash caused his death, with Chief Superintendent Sharia King telling reporters his injuries were inconsistent with a traffic accident.
We are in our preliminary stages of the investigation, and we will need the autopsy to assist us in that aspect.
And Chief Superintendent King says investigators are now working to piece together what happened.
Again, all I can say at this time was that the victim was in that vehicle. To whether or not he was the driver, the passenger, I cannot speak to that. We have to do a little bit more probing to determine that particular information.
And more clarity tonight for vendors eager to return to Bennett Hill as renovations at the historic water tower near Fort Fincastle are near completion. The multi-phase project includes upgrades to the water tower, the Queen's Staircase, and surrounding areas aimed at improving safety, access, and visitor experience. This week, officials met with tourism partners, law enforcement, transportation groups, and vendors to provide an update. Antiquities, Monuments, and Museums Corporation Director Don Cornish says contractors are now focused on interior work.
The contractor indicated to us he should be out of there by the 6th of January based on this pace of things, the scope of work left to be done. What that means is then the Ministry of Public Works would then do their inspections and determine whether, in fact, they are ready for occupancy. Once that happens, then we, the client, and the owners of the building would be notified and they will hand us the keys. So we anticipate that we are maybe a few weeks away, unfortunately. We've been making projections, but the projections are all governed by a process, and obviously I'm not able to give a hard timeline because of that.
And officials say delays are due to the age of the nearly 100-year-old water tower, which required vendors to be temporarily located to Fort Charlotte during major structural and safety work. The move sparked concerns from vendors, including lost income and security issues. Cornish says while the frustration is understandable, safety and liability had to come first.
We met with all stakeholders. The Straw Market Authority is responsible for the vendors, the Straw Vendors Association. What we have done was, with the relocation, we had several meetings. Those meetings were designed to have a very clear conversation about liability and about responsibility for liability. At no time did we assume liability or responsibility for any losses for anybody. One of the things that we tried to do at the outset is have a conversation of what's the best arrangement. That was that if, in fact, we were going to take responsibility, there would be an inventory list that's verified twice a day at the beginning and at the end by all parties. It was agreed that that was onerous and it could not be done.
All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Happy Hump Day, Greg.
Yeah, happy Hump Day to you too, and of course, beautiful conditions on the outside. So if you have plans on the outside, get out there and enjoy it. Temperatures comfortable 74 degrees under partly cloudy skies. We still have that breeze out there, out of the east-northeast at 15 miles per hour. It feels like temperature is at 72 degrees. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands, we are in the low 70s across the northwest Bahamas, 72 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Marshall, Babaco, 71, 76, Alistown, Bimini, Nichols, San Andreas, 75, Great Harbor Key, 73, over in Governor's Harbor, 75, Central Bahamas, 75 in Kemps Bay. We picked that up also in Georgetown, Exuma, and Coburn Town, San Salvador, Black Point, Exuma Chain, 76, 74 in Arthurstown, Cat Island, 77s, Port Nelson, and in Deadman's Key, Long Island. Southeast Bahamas, warmer still is 79 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Abrahams Bay, Maguana, and in Providenciales, Tricks and Caicos Islands. Pair of 78s in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, and Matthew Town in Agua. You are 79 degrees at this hour. Satellite radar composite, we have a weakening frontal boundary still across the southeast Bahamas. Just a few isolated showers associated with that. We have some low-level moisture moving in off that stiff east-northeasterly breeze. That's bringing in some Atlantic moisture. So we could see 1 or 2 showers over the islands tonight through tomorrow. But another front is expected by the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast. It's still to come.
Coming up in sports, Bahamian basketball royalty was in the building to witness the Young Bulls go at it. We almost sang the national anthem on the spot. We were that close.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember."
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to patrol.
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it.
As I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
Hey man, stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas Special. No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special. I slept on it. And I heard it and it was like Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama. It sounded better ringtone last.
I thought we agreed the other way, the Charlie Sawyer Bahama Boy.
Yeah, but what about the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama show?
But
Cause you think with it.
You know, alphabetically it go better this way.
Yeah, but if we put our age.
Hey, this Kalika, catch the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy or the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special coming soon.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. We had several opportunities recently to celebrate Bahamas basketball on the NBA stage, so we went straight to the source, our first to ever do it. Bahamian basketball legend Michael Thompson continues to serve as a powerful ambassador for the game, both at home and on the world's biggest stage. Thompson, the first international player ever selected number 1 overall in the NBA draft, reflected on the growth of Bahamian basketball while working as an in-game analyst for the Los Angeles Lakers.
DeAndre Ayton has been huge for the Lakers, and now the NBA has recognized him for his off-court community service. Ayton has been named the NBA Cares Bob Lanier Community Assist Award winner for November. The League and Players Association recognized him for leading hurricane relief efforts in Jamaica and supporting the underrepresented youth since he made the move to LA. In recognition of his efforts, the League and Players Association Foundation will donate $20,000 to the Ayton Family Foundation. Through his foundation, Ayton helped reopen the Cedar Springs Community Center in St. Elizabeth Parish, Jamaica.
Basketball never stops. Definitely not in Europe, and definitely not for these guys. Well, until the offseason, but you know what I mean. In France's NM1 League, Dominic Bridgewater had a season-high 29 points and 6 assists for Force Sumir, knocking down 4 3-pointers and shooting 9 of 17 from the field in a 91-85 loss to Solanas. Also in NM1, Nathaniel Bastian recorded a double-double for Poissy, finishing with 15 points and 10 boards in an 80-69 loss to Fougères. Meanwhile in Spain, Danrad Knowles impressed in his debut for his new team, Salou, in the Segunda FEB. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the fight for Warner Brothers just got messier. Netflix and Paramount still at it. Plus, 2 Caribbean nations face a new visa limit, and the reason may surprise you. The story when Our News returns.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' number 1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it.
As I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado. BJ, lace it up.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
Hey man, stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas Special. No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special. I slept on it. And I heard it and it was like Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama. It sounded better ringtone like.
I thought we agreed the other way, the Charlie Sawyer Bahama Boy.
Yeah, but what about the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama show?
But,
Cause you think with it.
You know, alphabetically it go better this way.
Yeah, but if we put our age.
Hey, this Kalika. Catch the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy or the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special coming soon.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. A major shakeup in Hollywood as Warner Brothers Discovery telling shareholders this week to reject Paramount Skydance's $108 billion takeover bid, backing a smaller but cleaner $72 billion deal with Netflix. Warner Brothers says Paramount's offer carries big financial and regulatory risks, while Netflix's bid is better funded and easier to approve. Paramount could still return with another offer, meaning the bidding war isn't over yet. The United States Senate has approved a $901 billion defense bill, including a 3.8% pay raise for troops. The measure passed this week 77-20 and puts pressure on Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to release video of U.S. strikes on suspected drug boats near Venezuela. The bill also requires the U.S. to keep troop levels in Europe, send military aid to Ukraine, and expand some of President Donald Trump's security priorities. And the U.S. also imposing new travel restrictions on Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica, suspending several visa categories starting January 1st. The White House says both countries' citizenship by investment programs create security gaps, while Antigua's Prime Minister, Gaston Brown, calls the move a mistake, insisting their laws now require residency and stronger safeguards. Antigua is seeking urgent talks with U.S. officials to reverse the decision. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 17th. Then in our news at 7:30, an all-woman jury has reached a unanimous verdict in a high-profile Andrews case. Garrett Thompson Jr. walks free after a jury says there wasn't enough to convict. When our news returns.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered and unspoken until now. Join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. as we confront the topics that matter, share real experiences, and change the conversation around mental health together. Watch, listen, break the silence.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1933, Reverend William Edward Thompson was born in Eleuthera, later serving more than 30 years at St. Agnes before his tragic death in 2000. In 1941, renowned artist Richard Brent Malone was born in Nassau, celebrated for work that captured Bahamian life in Junkanoo. In 1993, Freeport native Buddy Hield was born, rising from local courts to NBA stardom. And in 2020, Bahama reopened post-pandemic, returning 1,800 team members to work. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was December 17th, head over to ournews.bs. All right, candy culture and Christmas cheer all colliding in downtown Nassau as Christmas in Pompeii brings the holiday buzz back to Bay Street. One Bahamian business is proving that downtown isn't just a pass-through, it's a destination. Delvado Emmanuel has the story.
With Christmas in Pompeii set to bring renewed energy to downtown Nassau, local businesses are positioning themselves to turn holiday foot traffic into lasting engagement. Just steps away from the cruise port, I Dream of Sugar is expanding beyond sweets, blending Bahamian foods, live entertainment, and cultural storytelling in support of the holiday festivities and the broader push to revive downtown. Operating manager Ingrid Higgs says the idea is simple: give people something to see, taste, and feel.
We have a few things. Well, of course, you know that we have this candy store that have all of these candies, and we have slushies, we have ice cream, and all that sort of stuff. But additionally, we have a restaurant and bar upstairs, and upstairs we have a native show.
The live native show runs Thursday and Sunday nights, perfectly timed with the Christmas in Pompeii festivities, giving downtown something it's been missing after dark. Higgs says it's about more than entertainment. It's about legacy.
And it's a Bahamian native show that shows all of our heritage. It shows the fire dance, it shows the limbo dance, and also we have a Junkanoo rush out at the end. It has a storytelling of, our history. And so it's a very exciting show.
Upstairs, the menu tells its own Bahamian story: conch, oxtail, lobster, jerk, and Sunday brunch, all designed to pull locals back downtown, especially during the holidays. And Higgs says Christmas in Pompeii is the perfect invitation. She adds that the holiday events can help reverse the trend of downtown going quiet once cruise ships leave.
Downtown needs life, and we are prepared to invest in that life, and that's what we're doing. And I think if we get more people to do that, we can bring downtown back to life, because at night there's nothing going on here. Holidays, there's nothing going on here. Any little thing happen, the ship don't come in, there's nothing going on here. So how do we contribute to that? And that's what we're trying to do.
So whether you're here for the candy, the culture, or the Christmas vibes, downtown is in the mix. Reporting for Our News from I Dream of Sugar, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, and that brings us back to Christmas in Pompeii, a week of live broadcasts and special stories from the square. From now through the 19th, we're highlighting the music, the food, the culture, and the people who make Christmas in the Bahamas feel like home. We just saw that with Delvado Emmanuel and his story there. But Thursday and Friday night, we'll bring you scenes from Feel the Rhythm of the Holidays with Bahamian music, Junkanoo, and all the energy of the season. Our next installment from the square comes up at 7:30 with a warning about scammers. But for now, our Joshua Williams is live in Pompeii with a special guest. Josh?
Good evening, Kendino. Yes, we're here live in Pompeii Square. It's a continuation of our Christmas in Pompeii Square series. I would have spoken to Scotiabank earlier, where they talked about protecting yourself from scammers, especially in this holiday season. But before we get to that, I'm standing here with the Deputy Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Chester Cooper. And sir, of course, this week we're highlighting the activities that are going on downtown this Christmas season, of course, supporting a lot of local creators and vendors. So how is the ministry ensuring that this initiative translates into real sustainable income for Bahamians?
Thank you. Good to be here. This Authentically Bahamian Christmas Festival really is the second time we're doing this, and we want to really showcase Bahamian vendors, creatives. We want Bahamians and guests alike to experience the art, the crafts, the culture, the food, the music, all right here in Pompeii Square. And as you can tell, it's beautifully decorated. It looks like Christmas. It feels like Christmas. This is one of my favorite times of the year personally. And I hope that Bahamians and our guests will come out to experience what a true Bahamian Christmas looks and feels like. But it supports our vendors. It gets them earning for the Christmas season. It gives them an opportunity to provide gifts and souvenirs and trinkets for the Christmas season so that Bahamians can perhaps decorate their trees with a Christmas flair. These are the kinds of things that we hope come out of this. But I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it personally on the 18th and 19th of December.
Now, of course, so you know, us reporters, we like to get into the numbers. This is the peak season. So what are the numbers telling us so far about what's happening, and how are the Bahamians feeling the real tangible impact of what's happening?
Our numbers are very strong, and you know, we're still getting an average of 25 to 30,000 a day coming in on cruise ships. When we report our stopover numbers for November officially, we will see that they have increased year over year. So this is a strong signal that we're moving in the right direction. Moving forward, we're looking at even stronger numbers for first quarter of 2026. This goes into the second quarter. So things are looking up. And you only need to talk with vendors on Bay Street and shop owners and restaurateurs and people who work in hotels, people in the straw market and elsewhere who are touching and interacting with tourists on a daily basis, and they're seeing it in their numbers. Yes, more is always better, and we are consistently working to ensure that this notion that Bahamians aren't feeling the impact of tourism is really put into perspective. I like to tell Bahamians that irrespective of what industry you're in, no matter what kind of work you do, 60 cents of every dollar in your pocket right now is coming from tourism. We want it to be more. We want there to be greater linkages. We want Bahamians to make more money. We want more guests to come off the ship, and that's why the Tourism Development Corporation is working hand in hand with tourism-related entities to help them to sharpen their craft, to sharpen their experiences, to offer new experiences and new products and new services. The true mission of the numbers and the growing numbers is really to impact and benefit Bahamians. So we're not doing it for the numbers themselves. We're doing it so that it translates into opportunities for Bahamians, and that's primarily the mission of the Tourism Development Corporation.
All right, thank you so much, DPM, and of course, Kendino and Natalie. We love more for you in our 7:30 newscast from Scotiabank as we continue our Christmas in Pompeii series. Back to you in studio.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Josh. Thanks so much.
So exciting.
All right. And Natalia, it's good to have you back.
Yes. And I came back to this. Yes. The Christmas spirit is here.
Listen, I got a preview of Josh's story. I make it quick. And I know that, folks are out there shopping for gifts, but there's a scam alert in that story that I think people need to.
This is the time. You got to stay safe for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for that, Kendino. And before we take this quick break, don't forget to stay locked into our news all month long for your shot at that brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. Is the ultimate giveaway with Alive and Auto Mall. Just visit ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news at 7:30, a unanimous decision in the Supreme Court. The jury delivers a not guilty verdict on all charges in a burglary and rape trial. And following a traffic accident involving a prison bus near the Sydney-Poitiers Bridge, officials say virtual courts could reduce dangerous inmate transport. Plus, a warning over social media conduct by the Office of the Prime Minister. Officials say debate must not turn into misinformation or personal attacks. And later, motorists are being rerouted in Grand Bahama as crews carry out structural work on the Taino Beach Bridge. The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Nodes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Well, first tonight, an all-woman jury unanimously acquitted a man accused of burglary and rape. Garrett Thompson Jr., also known as GJ, was accused of breaking into a home in Cargill Creek, Andros, on November 18, 2022 and raping a 27-year-old woman. Thompson denied the charges at his trial before Justice Guillermina Archimedes. The woman said that she woke up and found Thompson, who she says she's known all her life, on top of her. Nathan Smith represented Thompson. Betty Wilson and Kristen Butler Bettaby were the prosecutors. Well, the Bahamas Department of Corrections Deputy Commissioner Bernadette Murphy once again renewing the call for court facilities to be placed on prison grounds after a prison bus crashed into another car near the foot of the Sidney Poitier Bridge yesterday. Police say the bus was transporting 7 men and 2 women, female inmates, and the driver of the other car were hospitalized. Speaking on the sidelines of BDOC's Christmas tree lighting in Junction in Russia, Murphy says this is why the virtual court to be constructed soon, along with the new prison wing at BDOC's, is so important.
The community has been agitating against not having that long convoy and noise going through the streets, and the fast pace of how the bus traveled through the street with the residents on it. So by having it here, it will make it much easier and safer.
Well, with the countdown to the next general election underway, officials from the Office of the Prime Minister are drawing a firm line on political conduct, especially on social media. Communications Director Latrey Ramming is issuing a clear warning. Political debate must not devolve into personal attacks, misinformation, or character assassination on social media.
I offer this strong recommendation and suggestion that do not allow political actors to use you or to pay you to spread misinformation, whether it's from the PLP, the FNM, or the COI, because when the day of judgment comes and you have the answer to your actions and their consequences, those political parties won't be there. And so I really encourage Bahamas, as we head into general election, do not utilize social media to tear down others, because the laws of the Bahamas is clear and you could find yourself on the wrong side of it.
Ramming's comments come amid renewed scrutiny over online behavior following the recent arrest of a social media personality, an incident that has intensified national conversation about free speech and accountability. He stresses that freedom of expression is not a shield from consequences and applies equally across political lines.
This type of thing is not new to the Bahamas. I think the challenge is it is supported by, unfortunately, by political actors, and people are sometimes incentivized to do the wrong thing. And I encourage people, do not allow anyone to encourage you to put yourself in the wrong hand of the law. Be right thinking. I mean, this is not. People have a right to freedom of expression. No one is going to take that away from you. What you do not have a right to do is to utilize that freedom of expression to tear down others. And I think that's the challenge where people find themselves, not only sometimes in civilly, but also criminal challenges.
Well, more troubles tonight for the defunct Grand Lucayan Resort in Grand Bahama. Our News understands water supplies at the shuttered resort were disconnected this week by the Grand Bahama Utility Company for non-payment. The government-owned hotel reportedly owes nearly $750,000 to the local utility company. This as workers at the resort have not been paid for almost a third week now. Last week, the unpaid workers were told in an email it was due to circumstances beyond the resort's control. The email did not say when payments will resume. In May, the Davis administration announced a $120 million sale to Concord Wilshire to redevelop and reopen the hurricane-battered resort. That prompted a full shutdown in mid-October, and now with no revenue whatsoever, the employees who remain described the mood as reaching a crisis. On Monday, Prime Minister Davis said employees will be paid and the resort's redevelopment was still on track, despite no planned demolitions or signs of construction on the property. Now, this is a story we will continue to follow. And still on Grand Bahama tonight, this as motorists heading to Taino Beach and Freeport will need to take an alternate route starting today. This as Lusco and Tamarind Development Company have temporarily closed the Taino Beach Bridge to complete critical structural repairs. In the meantime, traffic is being redirected to a newly constructed temporary causeway. Tonight, we hear from Lusco's project manager. The Taino Beach Bridge has been a part of the Grand Bahama community for decades. It is now closed to vehicle traffic as crews carry out essential structural work that cannot be done safely while the bridge remains open. Access to the Taino Beach area will now be rerouted through a temporary Taino causeway, a move officials say is necessary as long-term repairs continue on the bridge. The project stems from engineering inspections carried out on the bridge about 2 years ago, where several defects were identified. Project manager at the Lakaya Service Company, Roosevelt Roll Jr. says the work is complex and the temporary causeway will remain in place for about a year while repairs are completed on the bridge.
The engineering team trying to find out best practices. There's something called acro bridges. They're steel bridges, highly galvanized. We're deciding if should we go with a highly galvanized bridge or the regular precast concrete. Once that decision is made, you should see some action on the actual Taino Beach Bridge.
Unlike the bridge, which previously operated under strict weight limits, the temporary causeway is now able to safely accommodate all vehicle types, including garbage trucks, concrete trucks, dump trucks, and other heavy equipment needed for daily services and ongoing development on Taino Island. Motorists are being asked to follow a clearly marked detour supported by on-site personnel. Drivers traveling from Midshipman Road should continue along West Beach Road, turn left onto Allen Circle, then make an immediate right onto the temporary causeway once the path is clear. Traffic will then proceed to Tenants Road before reconnecting with West Beach Road to access Taino Island. The speed limit on the causeway is 10 miles per hour.
We want to remind residents to slow down and use the temporary causeway. It's there for the safety of the residents, but we want to make sure you use it in a safe manner.
Maintaining access to Taino Island during construction was a top priority for officials, while also improving reliability for essential services. Safety, Roll says, remains the focus, with additional precautionary measures built into the temporary structure.
Of course, we're following a traffic management plan. The plan had to be approved by the Building and Development Department. We spoke to residents who were directly impacted by the causeway, and they were in agreement that everything is good on their side.
Now, regular updates will be shared as the project progresses. Residents with questions can contact Lusco or Tamarind Development at support@lusco.org or telephone number 350-9016. Well, the cool temperatures are here, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg.
You want some more cool temperatures? There's a front coming on Friday, Saturday.
I thought you were going to say go to Freeport.
You go to Freeport too, because you kind of keep most of that up there. But yeah, another front is expected. We'll tell you about that later on in the newscast. But comfortable conditions on the outside right now. 74 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Breezy conditions, east-northeast winds at 50 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 72. Satellite radar composite, weakening or dissipating frontal boundary hanging out near the southeast Bahamas, still sparking a few light passing showers, a couple of showers between us and the east coast of Florida. Most of the activity will stay scattered and widely scattered, but the high pressure system is expected to continue to weaken as the week goes. And as I mentioned, another front expected by Friday, Saturday timeframe. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. Look at your future forecast. It's still to come.
Still to come in our news, scammers are out in full force this holiday season. Our Joshua Williams is live in Pompey Square tonight with tips to protect your money. And that's coming up when our news returns.
The best Christmas memories aren't the ones posted, they're the ones that stay. So whether you're here for the original memes or spicy moments, gather round for the memories that truly matter. Share 8 juicy pieces of KFC chicken with your favorite sides and our new coconut dessert biscuits, a holiday treat made to share. Enjoy Christmas without a filter or dish duty, but with the moments that are full of flavor. KFC's Festive Feast, starting at $20. Finger licking good.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
If you've driven downtown recently, you've seen it, the lights, the energy, as Christmas in Pompey is in full swing. All week long, Our News is live from Pompey Square, bringing you special stories that celebrate the music and the food, the culture, and the people who make Bahamian Christmas feel like home. And this Thursday and Friday night, we're turning up the festivities with Feel the Rhythm of the Holidays, filled with Bahamian music, Jounkanu, and all the energy of the season. Last night, our Jasmine Brown took you inside John Watling's Buena Vista Estate, even sitting down with the distillery's owner for a look at how one of the country's most iconic brands is blending history, craftsmanship, and holiday cheer. And he even promised a special John Watling's holiday giveaway for our news viewers. Tonight, our Christmas in Pompey coverage shifts to something just as important during this time of the year: protecting your holiday cash. Police say while most people are spreading cheer, scammers are spreading fear. So how do you keep your money safe? Our Joshua Williams is live in Pompey Square with what you need to know before you hit the shops. Josh, what can you tell us?
Good evening, Natalia. Yes, we're here live in Pompey Square as we continue our Christmas in Pompey series. You know, as I was listening to Greg, he described the weather as comfortable. For me, it's quite chilly, but for these families out here, that doesn't matter. A number of them are out here taking pictures, just enjoying the weather, enjoying the Shite Briny lights. And as we talk about Shite Briny lights, a lot of you at home may want to purchase shiny bright things for Christmas, but you ought to be careful. Here's why. The new age of technology and quick transactions has made online shopping easier. But on the flip side, it puts hardworking people at risk of losing their money. It's something countless people around the world fall victim to, even right here in the Bahamas. Director of Retail Banking and Small Business at Scotiabank, Neama Barker, tells me there are several scams you should be aware of.
Phishing refers to fake emails. Smishing refers to fraudulent SMS text messages coming to your phone, and vishing refers to voice fraudulent scams, all meant to trick you into sharing sensitive information.
If you click any of these links, these scammers can take this information, drain your bank accounts instantly, or worse, sell the info to other scammers. There are measures in place to prevent this.
Some of which include real-time alerts through Scotia Alerts. We recently completed a soft launch of Apple Pay and plan to expand more broadly in January. We also have a feature that allows clients to turn on and off their debit or credit cards. This tool is exceptionally important for clients, especially when the cards are not in use, to help protect themselves.
But what can you do if you become a scam victim?
Please ensure that you call Scotiabank or call your bank so that we can protect your account and investigate the incident. Stop, change your passwords, monitor your account closely, and also report the scam to local authorities.
Well, I'm joined here this evening by Neama herself. She's a veteran banker. And just quickly, what can you tell us about what Scotiabank is doing, proactive measures you guys are taking to educate Bahamians, especially during this time?
Scotiabank has been very proactive. Over the last, I would say, 2 years, we have partnered with churches, businesses, communities, just to educate persons about the different types of fraud scheme and how they can prevent them. At Scotiabank, we believe that knowledge is power, and our goal is to empower as many clients, their families, our communities on ways they can prevent fraud.
All right, sound advice indeed. So we hope you guys at home, as you carry your Christmas shopping, just be vigilant and be careful, especially online. Back to you in studio, Italia.
All right, great advice. Thanks so much for that, Josh. And if you were watching our news at 7 p.m. last night, then you know John Watlings is giving one lucky viewer a mixology session for 4 at its Learning Rum Academy. And each person will also take home a bottle of John Watlings Paradise Rum. To enter, viewers had to head over to our News Bahamas social media pages and answer this trivia question. Which John Watlings rums are specifically described as sipping rums? And our Instagram viewer, Lena Burdanis, got it right. Congratulations, Lena. Enjoy that mixology session with your friends. I wish it was me. But let us know how your cocktails turn out. And our next trivia question is dropping live on one of our social media pages, so you'll want to keep your eyes on our News Bahamas tonight. And this one comes straight from our Joshua Williams story this evening. If you answer correctly, you could be the lucky winner of a Unecto Bald 1, courtesy of our friends at Alive. Stay tuned to our news all week for more giveaways and more Christmas in Pompeii. Good luck.
Coming up in sports, a legend of the past gives a glowing recommendation to the stars of today. The NBA recognizes DeAndre Ayton for his community service, and Hoopers getting it done in leagues across Europe.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. They're going to Marlboro.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook.
Welcome Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. We had several opportunities recently to celebrate Bahamas basketball on the NBA stage, so we went straight to the source, our first to ever do it. Bahamian basketball legend Michael Thompson continues to serve as a powerful ambassador for the game, both at home and on the world's biggest stage. Thompson, the first international player ever selected #1 overall in the NBA draft, reflected on the growth of Bahamian basketball while working as an in-game analyst for the Los Angeles Lakers. Thompson was on hand for the Lakers matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers, where he spoke about the pride of witnessing the current generation of NBA pros continue to make history.
Yeah, so proud, Bahamian side, to be so proud to see DeAndre, to see Buddy, now to see VJ Edgecombe carrying on the tradition. Eric Gordon is also here, of course, representing the Bahamas, so this is something to be proud of. And I wish more Bahamians were able to be here to see these young guys represent the Bahamas on the court tonight and represent the Bahamas in the highest way, in the most professional way. And we should, two young men that we should be very proud of, three young men that the Bahamas should be very proud of, and Buddy, VJ, and DeAndre Ayton, the way they carry themselves and the way they represent the country.
The two-time NBA champion emphasized the importance of visibility, mentorship, and representation, noting that each generation has a duty to open doors and inspire the next wave of Bahamian talent, pursuing opportunities at the highest level of the game.
DeAndre Ayton has been huge for the Lakers, and now the NBA has recognized him for his off-court community service. Ayton has been named the NBA Cares Bob Lanier Community Assist Award winner for November. The League and Players Association recognized him for leading hurricane relief efforts in Jamaica and supporting the underrepresented youth since he made the move to LA. In recognition of his efforts, the League and Players Association Foundation will donate $20,000 to the Ayton Family Foundation. Through his foundation, Ayton helped reopen the Cedar Springs Community Center in St. Elizabeth Parish, Jamaica. Following Hurricane Melissa, he committed $100,000 to the relief efforts. In LA, Ayton launched the Ayton Alley-oop program, providing game tickets and resources to youth from underserved communities. Ayton's philanthropy has always been on display here at home in the Bahamas. His foundation committed $100,000 to the Hurricane Dorian relief efforts, annually supports the Junior Achievement Program, and hosted an edition of the Junior NBA Camp.
Basketball never stops, definitely not in Europe, and definitely not for these guys. Well, until the offseason, but you know what I mean. In France's NM1 League, Dominic Bridgewater had a season-high 29 points and 6 assists for Force Sumer, knocking down 4 three-pointers and shooting 9 of 17 from the field in a 91-85 loss to Solanas. Bridgewater is averaging just over 19 points and 5 assists per game, helping the Buyers to sit third in Group B at 11-5. Also in NM1, Nathaniel Bastian recorded a double-double for Poissy, finishing with 15 points and 10 boards in an 80-69 loss to Fougères. While Poissy has spent much of the season near the bottom of the standings, Bastian continues to be a bright spot, averaging 10.3 points and a team-leading 7.5 boards per game. Meanwhile in Spain, Danrad Knowles impressed in his debut for his new team, Salou, in the Segunda FEB. He scored 14 points on 7 for 8 shooting from the field in a narrow 75-73 loss to Huesca. That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. Okay, I got a great idea. Michael Thompson didn't get a chance to play for the national team. What if we save him a roster spot now?
I mean, we can, but I don't know how good he's going to be.
He doesn't have to play, John. You're missing the point. Back to the studio.
When our news comes back from the break, one lucky winner will drive into 2026 in a brand new Hyundai Creta. Our Danielle Miller takes us inside her auto mall experience when our news returns. Stay with us.
Persons with disabilities.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance all night long.
That shit lightning goes up is frightening. Born to be exciting. Now I'm so rich, I'm born to be exciting. That shit lightning goes up is frightening. Born to be exciting. Now I'm so rich.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the same place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Hey man, stay tuned. Hey man, stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas special.
No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas special. I slept on it. I slept on it and I heard it and it was like Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama. It just sounded better ringtone like.
I thought we agreed the other way, the Charlie Sawyer Bahama Boy.
Yeah, but what about this?
This is our news. Welcome back. We have a couple of showers associated with the frontal boundary to the south that's weakening as we speak, generating a couple of isolated showers across the southeast Bahamas, but that will remain most of the weather activity that we'll get for a couple of days. High pressure system in charge, but that high will slide out towards the east. That's going to be paving the way for a storm system in the Gulf of Mexico. That should be getting in our direction, or heading in our direction by the end of the week. So Friday, Saturday time frame, we could see a frontal boundary moving into the northwest Bahamas. Not much weather associated with the boundary expected. Future forecast showing just a couple of isolated showers moving across the Islands. Some of that moisture with that stalled out frontal boundary to the south will lift back towards us through Thursday, and then by Friday we have that system moving across our area, frontal boundary dropping into our area by Saturday morning, bringing us just a couple of showers. Small craft advisory continues across the Atlantic waters. Risk of rip currents remain high out there for all areas. East to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, 4 to 7 foot seas, but they will be slightly higher along Atlantic exposures in some easterly swells. Low tide is at 1 minute past midnight. The high tide takes place at 6:29 tomorrow morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, nice conditions expected throughout the remainder of the week. Frontal boundary gets in here by Friday into Saturday. We should see some partly sunny skies, but temperatures will not take much of a dip. We will stay in the 80s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, we are coming into the home stretch in the ultimate giveaway brought to you by Alive and R News in partnership with Automall. One lucky winner will drive into the new year with a 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's stylish, sleek, and the perfect mid-size SUV for any Bahamian looking to level up their daily drive. Our Daniel Miller has taken us on her Automall adventures over the last several weeks, but here's a fun fact you did not know. She's a customer of Automall. Tonight, she takes us with her to her first service appointment and tells us why she chose to purchase a vehicle from their dealership. Let's take a look.
Good morning.
Hi, morning. Good.
To the Automall Service Department.
Thank
How can
you.
I help you today?
Greeted at the driveway by Senior Advisor Yvette Darling, my morning at Automall's Service Department began at 8:30 a.m. Due to my early arrival, Darling gave me the option to wait for my vehicle. During the check-in process, she was attentive to all of my concerns while trying her best to accommodate my request, staying within the guidelines of the company's policies and the manufacturer's warranty. I ride on a bad road, right? Which is common. It's common here.
Yes.
And I want y'all to check my suspension.
We
right?
can check that. That's no problem.
I also want you to check. I don't feel like my AC completely burned like in the day, so I want y'all to check the AC as well.
You can check the AC.
Can you check
to make sure it's cooling properly?
Okay.
Yes,
and then I hear like this little rattling sound, just a little bit. Just a little
now,
bit.
do you hear that while going on a bumpy road or over bumps or just normal driving?
On
When
a
do you hear
bumpy
the
road.
rattling?
On a bumpy.
What it sounds like? Is it a
Rattle, rattle.
jingling?
They did not have breakfast, but as I waited for my vehicle in the service lounge, I was offered coffee and full control of the lounge's TV. I could have the remote, please.
You want to use the remote?
Yes, ma'am.
That's no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. The Netflix is work, right?
No, ma'am. We only have YouTube.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's on YouTube right now.
Okay. You watched the news from last night?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I gotta go put it on last night's news. Okay. Thank you. And by the time I was done rewatching last night's newscast, the service was complete. So my car is done and they have brought it around for me. That was very quick, very easy. Personally for me, I chose to purchase my car from the dealership for this very same reason. Warranty and peace of mind and a pretty nice ride. Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Denny. If you want to see that story again, it's available now at ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight, a fun newscast. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.